Happy Christmas, EFD squad! To keep up with the festivities, we have the top players and managers who have become saviours in the game. 10. Carlos Tevez. On deadline day in 2006, we saw one of the most startling transfers of recent years. West Ham signed the two rising stars of the Brazilian league, Javier Mascherano and Carlos Tevez. On the face of it, it seemed like the deal of a century for the Hammers. But as we all know, the transfer wasn't exactly sound. However, looking past the business dealings between the London club and whoever the hell owned Tevez, the signing was pretty much the only reason West Ham kept their status as a Premier League club. Although the Argentinian striker went 19 games without a goal, Tevez netted some of the most vital goals during the back end of the season. West Ham were doomed for relegation before Tevez caught hold of some good form to assist the Hammers into winning 7 of their last 9 games. On the final day of the season, Tevez scored a lonely goal in a game against Manchester United at Old Trafford, a win that kept the Hammers out of the Championship and cemented Tevez as the East London Miracle Man. 9. Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is the Superman of the South Coast, as he brought Bournemouth up from the brink of non-league to the top flight of English football. Just 9 years ago in 2008, the Cherries were forced into administration and suffered a 10-point deduction. Sitting in £4 million of debt and with a zero chance of clawing out of the relegation zone, Eddie Howe took over. The first full season under Howe was the opening chapter in The Great Escape. As a year on from administration, Bournemouth finished second in the league and secured promotion up to League One. Eddie Howe actually had a short stint away from the club before returning in 2012 to pull Bournemouth out of the relegation battle and lead them to another promotion. In 2015, the young manager lifted the Championship trophy and led the Cherries to their first ever Premier League game, and has kept them punching above their weight ever since. Eddie Howe's impressive rise to the top hasn't gone unnoticed, earning him connections to the England job, with some people even penning him as Arsene Wenger's replacement. 8. Antoine Griezmann. Coming in at 8th, we have the French messiah, Antoine Griezmann. Now this story has been peppered with speculation, as the Drake fan is yet to commit his future to just one club, meaning that we will be waiting until the summer to see if he 1. Heads for the exit door in Madrid and 2. Where he'll end up. It's been rumour overload over Griezmann's future, as Manchester United pretty much claimed ownership of him while he remained in Simeone's team, with more recent developments suggesting the number 7 could be heading for the Nou Camp. Although he may be a highly contested commodity, Griezmann delayed his transfer to save Atletico from being stranded without a replacement. Due to Madrid's transfer ban, Simeone wouldn't have been able to buy anyone if he'd have left. So proving his loyalty to the manager, Griezmann stayed to keep Simeone's team competing at the top. 7. Duncan Watmore. The Sunderland midfielder was a schoolboy at Manchester United's academy, before joining Altrincham and breaking into their senior side in 2012, scoring 15 goals in 48 appearances. Watmore has since settled higher up the English tiers in the red and white stripes of Sunderland. However, his heroic actions haven't taken place on the pitch. Watmore's saviour-like antics took place during his holiday in Barbados in 2017. While out fishing in the North Atlantic, the 23-year-old was involved in a collision between his boat and a catamaran. The footballer saved the lives of 3 people who nearly drowned as the boat split in 2. He used his own t-shirt to bandage another victim's leg, which had been badly injured in the accident. The hero has since got back to full fitness and returned to Sunderland, but even the life-saving hands of Duncan Watmore don't look like they can revive the Black Cat season. 6. Patrick O'Connell. More attuned to discussions on Messi and Dembele, Patrick O'Connell may not be a name you often hear in connection to Barcelona. But without O'Connell's management, the Barcelona we love to watch today may not even exist. Though O'Connell spent his playing career mainly in England and Ireland for the likes of Belfast and United, he is more well known for his managerial career in La Liga. The Irishman took Real Betis to their one and only league title in 1935, a managerial display that caught the attention of the Barca board, who appointed him head coach the following season. However, the Spanish Civil War meant that La Liga was suspended in 1937. The Catalan city descended into chaos, with concerns that the war could ruin Barcelona financially. O'Connell agreed a deal to tour the team around Mexico and the USA, making a profit of €15,000, which was enough back then to save the club from extinction and keep it safe from the Civil War. 5. Sam Allardyce. It's an unwritten rule of English football that if you're about to get into a nasty fight at the bottom of the league and unhappy with your manager, hire Sam Allardyce, as the only man in the world actually immune to relegation. Like a professional escapologist, Big Sam successfully earned promotion into the top flight with Bolton back in 2001 and kept them up an impressive 6 times. The 63-year-old went on to steer West Ham, Blackburn and Crystal Palace out of the bottom 3 and into the safety of mid-table mediocrity. He unfortunately wasn't able to prove his reliability in the international arena, after some poor decision-making led him to lose his job as the Three Lions coach. However, with his impressive record of avoiding the Championship, it's unlikely the Premier League will be without his stalwart defensive systems for too long. And Sam Allardyce, never relegated from the top flight, will almost certainly be written on his tombstone. 4. Syd Lowe. So journalist Syd Lowe isn't a player or a manager, but the media campaign he started in 2012 saved Real Oviedo from liquidation. The team from the quiet town of Oviedo was founded in 1926, and they were the first team from their region of northern Spain to ever play in La Liga, and they stayed in the top flight until 2001. They have famously borne players like Santi Cazorla, Michu and Juan Mata, but their rich history couldn't help them when they dropped 2 tiers in 2 years and faced extinction. However, Lowe's campaign saved the day as it managed to ignite the interest of football fans all over the world who clubbed together to save the Spanish side and drag them away from liquidation. Real Oviedo are now sitting pretty safely in the Spanish second division, perhaps looking up to make a return to La Liga soon. But without Syd Lowe shepherding the media carnival around Oviedo, the little club would be long gone by now. 3. Christophe Dugarry. Christophe Dugarry came through the ranks at Bordeaux alongside Zinedine Zidane. The striker had padded out his footballing CV with some impressive employers, having played for AC Milan, Barcelona and Marseille. But we're focusing on Dugarry's less star-studded stint at Birmingham City. In 2003, he moved to the Midlands on loan, becoming the second World Cup winner to join the Steve Bruce side. Despite the Premier League's defensive prowess, Dugarry provided a huge 5 goals in just 4 games at the end of the season to secure Birmingham City their place in the top flight, dragging them out of the relegation zone and into 13th position, cementing his place as Birmingham's most valuable player. He went on to join the club permanently for 2 years, but only saw out the first season, with a meagre 1 goal in 15 appearances before leaving Birmingham by mutual consent. However, the St Andrews faithful will forever be in the debt of the Frenchman, with their Hall of Fame paying homage to City's saviour. 2. Gianluigi Buffon. As we prepare for the first World Cup in 60 years without the Azzurri this summer, let's rewind to the good old days when Buffon was in between the sticks and Italy were competing at the highest level. In 2006, Italy had won the tournament 3 times, and a strong performance in the competition had seen the boys in blue beat hosts Germany 2-0 in the semis to hand them a place in the final against France. Over the tournament, Buffon had only conceded 2 goals, one of which came in the final from a Zidane spot kick. Italy responded quickly and the game was finally poised at 1-1. In the dying moments of the match, Buffon pulled off one of his all-time greatest and perhaps most important saves. He palmed away another powerful Zizou strike, denying France the win and pushing the game to penalties, which Italy won and gained their 4th star on their international jersey. The salience of this shot stop gives the 175 time-capped Italian second place in this top 10 as one of the greatest footballing saviours, literally. 1. Didier Drogba. Chelsea legend and Ivorian striker Didier Drogba tops this list when he used football and his own fame to make real and progressive social change. After Drogba helped the Ivory Coast secure qualification into the World Cup for the first time in the country's history, the striker turned his attention to the civil war that had broken out in the African nation 5 years previous. With the global stage of the World Cup and his home nation's adoration propping up the footballer, Drogba made a public challenge to the president to end the civil war. He pleaded to the combatants to put down their arms, and he was listened to, with his post-match speech sparking a ceasefire after half a decade of civil war. Thank you for watching. That was top 10 footballing saviours. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And why not check out FD's Christmas special of 10 times football has ruined Christmas. And don't forget to like and subscribe.